going on, far away family? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to LightSaber Radio, the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web. Today, we got a hellified show because we're going to be talking about an age-old argument. Was Return of the Jedi about Anakin's return to the light side, or was it about Luke becoming a Jedi? Which one was it about? Now, I know that everybody, that Ollie was supposed to be on here, or Oliver. He was supposed to be on the show today, but there was a mishap that happened, and it kind of sucks because he wasn't able to come on the show. And I just want to show you guys his Instagram, the message that he sent us, and that way you guys will know what's going on, and then that way you guys can send out your prayers. So let me do that right quick.
What up, Chris? What up, Clinton? Welcome to the chat. How you guys doing today?
So, can anybody even see that shit?
Hell no. What the hell is that?
I can see it, dude. What's wrong with you, CJ?
Okay,
CJ
so
needs to work on
basically,
his eyes.
I sent him a reminder yesterday and to remind him about coming on the show today. And he said he's so sorry. He completely forgot. He had a family member pass away, so he's going through a whole bunch of stuff. He'll get back with us, and we will try to schedule a time that he can come back on the show on a later date. And then I told him, I'm so sorry for your loss. Don't worry about the show. Family comes first. I will hit you up in a week or two, and we'll get something worked out and get you back on the show at another time. He told me thank you. So I want everybody to, send out their good wishes and everything to him. You can look him up on Instagram and just, let him know if you want to, or, just put him in your prayers or whatever you do. Because it's something, it's pretty bad. So, he wasn't able to come on the show today. But we will definitely reschedule it and get him back on here. So we figured that we would talk about one of the things that Star Wars fans have been arguing about forever. But before we get to that, Garrison, do we got a housebreaker today?
I got you. Woo! I feel like the Hothbreaker's a thing now, boys. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped for Hothbreaker. Here we go. All right, so I've been watching Andor, right? And it's super cool how he's getting dragged into the rebellion and how, he's kind of being forced to do it for money, but he believes in it a little bit. So I'm asking you guys, what would it take for you guys, if anything, to rebel against the Empire? I know Kyle's answer is like a hot toilet girl. But other than that,
actually, there's nothing that could get me to repel against the Empire.
What are you talking about?
I am 100% dark side. I am on the side of the Empire. I'm not going to rebel against the Empire.
That's a lie. If Harrison Dula came up and grabbed you by your dick and said, "Let's go," you're joining me. You're joining, and we know it.
No,
you have the hots for Hera, and you know
No. He's gonna work with Cinderella. Here. No. This is what Kyle's doing. This is what Kyle's doing. He's going to follow her, but then he's going to call the Inquisitors.
Yes.
And be like, hey, this is where we are. I give her to you on one condition. You let me fuck her when she's in prison. That's Kyle.
Wow.
I am not. I am 100% Empire. I am part of the dark side.
I would just be afraid, who's going to come and recruit? If you're sending Cassian, he comes in and you're like, no, I don't want him. He's just going to shoot you in an alleyway. It's going to be a Rogue One situation. It's going to be bad because then you know about the rebellion and you can turn and be like, oh, this guy turned. No, I'd have to join. I don't want to die.
No, there's no way I am joining the rebellion. I am 100% Sith. I'm not joining no rebellion. I'm not trying to conquer the Empire. I'm trying to help the Empire conquer the rebellion. And if I was there, they would have done it. They wouldn't have lost. Ain't no punk-ass dude like Luke Skywalker going to take over. Anakin would have never turned to the dark side. I'd be turned back to the light side because I'd have killed him. I'd have seen the future and killed him. I'd have been like, he's going to do your own Palpatine. Hell, Palpatine, get him. Electrocute his ass. He all machine anyway. All it takes a couple bolts, he'll fry. That's how I'd have been. That's how it would have really been. Just to let you know, I'm so sleep deprived because I've been working on this web page for 3 days. I haven't slept. So if I say a little bit if I say some stupid shit, then it's all right. I always say stupid shit, so it's okay. And if I don't remember certain things, it's okay too because I got MS brain and I haven't slept in 3 days. I am smiling. I'm always smiling. Just can't nobody see me because the mic is in front of my face.
Right. Well, no, what I was thinking is like, dude, no.
What's going on, Dion?
I was thinking like I would join the rebellion if I was a Jedi. Like, let's say I was Luke Skywalker. Heck yeah, I'd join the rebellion. But then when Darth Vader asked me to join him, I'd probably say yes. So
damn traitor. You're a buster. You know that's what they call gang members that change sides, like Bloods and Crips and Vice Lords and shit.
Dude,
when they change from one side to the other side, they're called busters.
Think about
Buster.
it.
Buster Douglas.
You're telling me, shut up. You started with the bad guys from the beginning. At least I worked for a good cause for a little bit.
No, I'm a straight asshole. I
Especially
couldn't
if
see
you're
myself
Luke
as
Skywalker,
I don't know.
like,
I could kind of.
Vader was your dad. It would be so hard. You'd be like,
yeah,
I'm fighting for the rebel, and then Vader, who's like running the Empire with Palpatine, would be like, I'm your father, and be like, Dad.
But you gotta understand,
Vader, and then kill Palpatine, which was what Vader was trying to get Luke to do, and then you can basically fix the Empire anyways. So are you really betraying the rebels? No.
But you gotta turn to the dark side.
From the inside out.
If you turn to the dark side, then there ain't no turning around. There ain't no coming back from that.
Revan.
Then Luke couldn't get Anakin to come back to the light side.
Revan was also tortured by the Order to come back, pretty much. They literally mind wiped. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. They mind wiped him.
But in Legends, let's face it, Luke is like the best.
Nah.
Yeah,
it is a wing.
And so think about
X-Wing.
it, like Luke might
X-Wing.
be able to like dabble in the dark side without going full Sith.
Well, Luke did that in Luke joined Palpatine and them in expanded universe for a little while. He went to go he went and joined up with his dad. So, what books was them in? CG, I can't remember off the top of my brain. What is that?
I'm just saying, I dabble in the dark side without going full dark side. I'd still go kind of dark side, take over the galaxy, make it better, but also still be like an emperor.
No, that's when you just get Leia to come in. You find out that Leia's your sister. You bring Leia in to fix you and Vader.
Genius, bro. That is genius.
That's a good idea. Like, all right, sis.
Good idea.
All right, sis. I'm going to go join the dark side so me and Dad can overthrow Palpatine, and then you got to come in and bring us back to the light. And don't kiss us, because that's just weird. Okay, so today's topic is this is a topic that I have seen argued about a whole lot. What was the plot of Return of the Jedi? Was the Return of the Jedi Anakin returning to the light side? Or was it because technically, even though Luke wants to run around and say he was a Jedi, he wasn't a Jedi until he conquered Vader and Palpatine. That's when he truly became a Jedi, because that's what Yoda kind of said, or Obi-Wan, one of them said it in Empire Strikes Back, or was it in Return of the Jedi? You won't become a Jedi until you deal with your whatever, your past or fate or whatever the hell he said. So, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do you think that that the plot of the movie was Anakin's redemption or Luke's redemption? Because Luke kind of had to redeem himself too, because he kind of got his ass whooped by his dad in Empire Strikes Back.
I think on Luke's hand, it's also him becoming a Jedi, which is the return of the Jedi.
Right, like the Jedi are gone and now they're back.
Yeah,
like
but with Anakin, he was a Jedi, turned Sith, and then returning to the Jedi, which Return of the Jedi, which makes sense. I don't know.
Which one do you think? Which one do you really think that?
I'm getting there. Damn it, Kyle!
I just want to make sure. Jesus,
I'm getting sensitive over here.
I have an idea, but that's just me.
Fuck the Jedi. Hell, Palpatine. No.
I think it was a mixture. I think it's a mixture of both. I think it's more focused on Luke bringing the Jedi Order back into place, bringing the Jedis to the light again, showing that it's okay to be a good guy. But at the same time, it's also Anakin's return to be a Jedi and becoming the Anakin we knew in 1, 2, and half of 3 in the Clone Wars and all that fun shit. I think it's solely focused on trying to bring the Jedi Order back. So I think it's a little bit of both. That's my personal opinion. But if I had to pick, it's the return of Anakin Skywalker.
Right.
I think I don't know. Go, Garrison.
Yeah, here's where I think, because so I think majority of people watch it and they think, oh, it's Return of the Jedi as like an order, like Luke's a Jedi now, Anakin, whatever. How I viewed it, especially because you watch Episode 3 and Episode 6 like right in a row, just so you kind of get that whole like redemption arc. I feel like, and for me, Revenge of the Sith is about revenge of Anakin. Anakin's been fed up with the Jedi for years, and now that he's a Sith, he's taking revenge. So when we're saying Revenge of the Sith that's referring to is Anakin. And then Return of the Jedi, I think the Jedi they're referring to is Anakin. Because Anakin is the chosen one. I still believe that. Like, and who better to be the chosen one than someone that's been a Jedi, been a Sith, knows about both, and brings balance. And so that's what I thought. That's how I kind of viewed Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, as a story about Anakin and how, yeah, he didn't do it how everybody thought he would, but technically he is the chosen one. He had light and dark side, and he brought balance and overcame the dark. And so I don't know. That's how I've always kind of viewed it, I guess.
That. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Tell me how you really feel.
Jesus. My point of view, I think it's more. I don't know. I kind of agree with you, Garrison. That was a good analogy. That was a good theory right there, because it is about Anakin. It's the first 6 movies is technically about Anakin. They're not about Luke. They're about Anakin Skywalker. So why would Return of the Jedi have anything to do with Luke becoming a Jedi? It would have more to do with Anakin becoming the chosen one, because that's what the basis of all 6 movies was, about Anakin being the chosen one. So, but I don't know. Then you go back and you think about it, because he put out the first 3 movies, or the middle 3 movies first, and then he went back and tried to tell the story of how it came to that point, which still makes sense, because you know, it's still about Anakin. It's always been about Anakin.
What are you talking about? It's not been all about Anakin. We have Obi-Wan. It's more about Obi-Wan. Whatever. Fuck Anakin Skywalker.
Well, Anakin Skywalker was, Obi-Wan was only in 4 of the movies. Anakin was in all 6.
What are you talking about? Obi-Wan was in Empire and Return.
Yeah, but Force Ghost don't count. That shit
counts.
Don't count.
He's
that
still
don't
there.
Count. He's not the actual character. No, I'm joking. I'm playing. He was still there, so he was in all 6 movies. But the Skywalker saga is really about the Skywalkers. And who is the head of the Skywalkers is Anakin. He is the father of the Skywalker, Luke, Leia. You know, his mom's dead, so...
All I've got to say is...
Well, I guess you could go back around, because... I guess we could go into the thing, was Palpatine really Anakin's father? So, was it 4 sperm sent across the galaxy and put into Shmi without,
Shmi,
without, no sexual orientation going on. So...
All I've got to say is,
because that's what George was supposed to announce. That
orientation.
George was supposed to announce that at some point. There's several articles out that George was going to announce that Sheev Palpatine was actually Anakin's father. It just never got released, or he just decided not to do it. He just left it a plot hole. So, but at one point in time, it was supposed to be an actual story. So, I don't know. It's kind of. I still think it's about Anakin, because he's the chosen one, like Garrison said. He's the chosen one. So if you're talking about the chosen one, the movie would actually be about him. So his redemption, his becoming, the returning to the light, becoming a Jedi again. Because as soon as he killed Palpatine, then now he's a Jedi again, because Jedi kill Sith, which he technically didn't kill Palpatine, or he killed Palpatine's clone, or that was the original Palpatine and the other dude was a clone. I don't know. We ain't figured that one out yet neither.
All I've got to say is, if the Shmi Skywalker did not die, none of this shit would have happened. I'm saying that because, like, if you look at it, if Shmi didn't die, Anakin wouldn't have been so damn dark and killed all the Sand people. He wouldn't have told Palpatine that. Palpatine wouldn't have fed off that and been like kind of gaslighting him to be like, yeah, that's that's okay. That's okay. Even though Palpatine knows that's not okay because it's the Jedi Order. It's wrong for the Jedi Order to agree with such things. So I think if Shmi wouldn't have died, none of this shit would have happened. We wouldn't have had Palpatine's reign.
I don't know. I disagree with you on that. It all falls back to Anakin Anakin was a child and he became infatuated with Padme. That's when it happened. That's when it truly happened. Technically, if you really want to get really down to it, it would have never happened if freaking Qui-Gon and them wouldn't have landed on Tatooine. You know what I'm saying? That was the beginning of it. It was all Qui-Gon's fault.
I blame Qui-Gon Jinn.
You know, if he'd have just, got killed like normal Jedi on Naboo, then we wouldn't ever have to worry about none of this shit. If Maul would have showed up just a little bit earlier, we probably would never have to worry about none of this. If he'd have showed up on Naboo before they escaped, yeah, I don't think we would have had to worry about much of this. But when you look at, when you really break it down, okay, you got 1 through 3. It's all about Anakin's transformation to the dark side. Then you got 3 or 4 through 6 is all about, even Luke says it. He says he still has light in him. So it's about him. It's not about Luke trying to become a Jedi as much as it is Luke trying to get his father back. I think the sub variant of it was Luke becoming a Jedi, but really it was as soon as he found out that Vader was, I mean, you can even look back at New Hope. Did you know my father? And he was like, yeah, he was a great pilot and he was a Jedi Knight like me. It started off with him talking, with Obi-Wan talking to Luke about his father. Everything goes back to Anakin. And that's why I think that it's not about Luke becoming a Jedi. It was about Anakin's redemption to the light. Him, the love that he had for his child overtaking the power of the dark side and him picking up whoever that Palpatine was and throwing him down the thing. I think that's what it really was about.
Yeah, the more I watch it, the more I think is like just the key character to the series. He's the person that people relate to. He's the story that I think we're kind of following a lot of the time. I don't know. I just think I think a lot of the depth of the show comes when looking at Anakin's character development and his journey. I guess I think a lot of cool themes come from that, and so that's why I kind of like that. That's why Anakin's my favorite character. Like when I watch Star Wars, I'm really like I love Anakin. You know what I mean?
I mean, he was the best good guy, and he was the best bad guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he had the best of both worlds in that aspect. Like, if you didn't like Anakin, you would love Vader. If you didn't love Vader, you would like Anakin. That's literally how it was.
I mean, I was excited when we got to see Anakin become Darth Vader. Like that whole transformation from him going and him dealing with his own personal, because we all deal with issues, man. We all got some dark side shit in us that tries to overtake us. And, some people it does. You got people that walks into schools and shoot up kids and shit. Sometimes that dark side just takes over and you just can't help it. You start to blur the lines between good and evil. And that's kind of what Palpatine played on. He knew how much turmoil he was in. So he played on that shit, which if anybody hasn't heard, go listen to Brotherhood. The description of when he tells Palpatine about killing the Sand people when his mother dies. Oh man, that book breaks it down. Like there's so many good things in that book, even though it's slow as hell. But it's a very good book. But it shows, how Palpatine played on all them turmoils and all the stuff that we go through every time. He did the same thing with Dooku. I mean, Dooku had a lot of problems with the Jedi Order just because it was the philosophy. It was the same thing with Qui-Gon Jinn. It was the philosophies behind it. They were kind of getting away. They was getting stuck in these ruts of rules instead of just doing what the Force told them to do. And that allowed the dark side to be able to come in and, convert Dooku and convert Anakin. Palpatine was really smart at manipulating the situation and making things say that, basically Anakin said it in Revenge of the Sith. He's like, the ways of the Jedi is a lie. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he can manipulate the thoughts and the way that things are perceived so well that it just kind of fluctuates. It kind of, not fluctuates. It kind of just fermentates. That's the word I was looking for. Fermentates into you, pushing you into the dark side. It's like if you take a vegetable. You take grapes or oranges or something, and you stick them in a corner of a dark room, and you just leave them in a bowl. They'll start to fermentate, and then they become something bad. Even though there's something that's really healthy for you and really good for you, then they turn around and they become wine that's something that is bad for you. Like a glass a day, they say is good, but most people don't drink a glass a day. Most people get drunk, which becomes a bad thing. So like the whole little...
Similar to like the dark side, like Mace Windu, he's having a glass of wine a night, and he was badass,
It just like it really makes you think about like that's why I can't wait till the day we get George Lucas on here, if we could ever get George Lucas on here, because there's some questions that I wanted to ask, like this question right here, like
deep,
what is it?
Like deep force questions. Woo.
Like even Dave probably knows the answers to these questions. Like what really is it? Like
I think Dave
has his view
I think Dave has his answers, because I know for damn sure he asked George the same questions we're asking right now.
You think so?
I think so.
If you ask like everybody like that we've interviewed that's worked with Dave has said, Dave knows Star Wars inside out, left, right, up, down, all around Star Wars.
I still think I could stump him with the Impossible Quiz.
No, I don't think he would.
I think I can.
I think, well, and if you watch that Freddie Prinze Jr. interview, he talks about how.
But
Dave,
you know what? I can see Dave Filoni.
Everything. Dave knows everything. Dave was taught by George. George taught Dave. Dave taught me. That is why I go to Dave for my questions.
But I
Dave
think
learned from George.
I think that Dave would tell us it's about both. It's about the rebirth of the Jedi, at the same time the redemption of Darth Vader, of Anakin Skywalker. He would. I think that's what George would say. It's about both. It's the rebirth of the Jedi Order, and at the same time, it's about the redemption of Anakin Skywalker. No matter how far down you go down that dark hole to the dark side, there's still that spark of light in everybody, and you can dig your way out of that hole. That's how I feel that Dave or George would answer that question. And I'm just speculating because I don't know either of them personally, so I couldn't ask them.
I think I would also add, not only is it just both, I think it's open to interpretation. Like whoever views it, like that's what I think great art is meant to be. It's meant to be open to interpretation. And so I think, Chris, he thinks it's Luke, and that's right. And we think it's Anakin, and that's right. And we think it's both. It's all the right answer. You know what I mean? Because it's open to interpretation, and you draw different lessons from looking at different aspects of it. And so I think it's both, and both.
Well, if you really think about it,
in a more superficial way, Luke, in a very deep way, Anakin.
Well, and also to point out what Chris's comment was. So Chris said it was Luke. If you think about it, at the end of the movie, both Sith are dead, and the Jedi Luke are back on top. Well, if you think about it, Palpatine's really not dead, as we've seen.
Rey, God.
As we see it in the end of the sequel trilogy, he wasn't dead.
Goddamn.
So then at that point, there's one Jedi and one Sith. Then he clones Snoke, whatever Snoke was, whatever mutant mutt creature Snoke was.
That's what I was gonna say.
So now there's two Sith. And then, of course, because there has to be two, because there has to be a balance. That was Anakin's whole thing, to bring balance to the Force. Then there was two Sith, and then you had Luke and Leia, two Jedi. And then, of course, Kylo comes in, then Rey comes in. Still a balance. There's still balance in the Force. There's 3 and 3. Anakin was supposed to turn to the dark side from the very beginning, if you really think about it. All the Sith except 2 were dead. At the end of Revenge of the Sith, who did you have? You had Yoda and you had Obi-Wan, technically.
No, and then you had like all those ones.
All the ones I know, but
Disney
if you look at the
in.
plot of the movie, without everything else, there was 2. You know what I'm saying? There was 2. You had all you had was before Obi-Wan killed Anakin, and well, I don't know. I mean, there was technically 2. It don't matter how there was supposed to be balance.
You measure balance by like Jedi versus Sith. Like I don't measure balance in the Force that way. So.
I don't measure balance in the Force that way either, because the dark side is just stronger than the light side. So, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to measure. But the idea premise behind it was there was supposed to be 2 and 2. You know, you had Obi-Wan fighting Anakin, and you had Yoda fighting Palpatine, 2 and 2. That's how it ended up at the end. Because if you really look at the way the movie was portrayed, they shot all the Jedi and killed all the Jedi in Order 66. So you had Anakin and Palpatine, and then you had Yoda and Obi-Wan. They battled each other at the end. Palpatine was under the impression that he killed Yoda. Obi-Wan was under the impression that he killed Anakin. So at that point, there's really 1 and 1. But there was really 2 and 2. That's how the premise of the Revenge of the Sith left you at the end of the movie. Like all the other Jedi were dead. We just know better because we watch Rebels and we know more than that. But the average viewer, that's what they're going to think. There's 2 and 2. So that was balance. Then you had Luke have 2 kids. Both of these kids are going to be Force sensitive. You know what I'm saying? They grow up in different places. Obi-Wan gets Luke. You know what I'm saying? Luke fights Vader. Luke gets his hand cut off. Comes back later. Cuts off Vader's hand. Vader throws Palpatine down a hole. He dies. You know what I'm saying? Right. Luke is all that's left. The spawn of the chosen one. So I think, personally, that it's based off of Anakin.
I agree. That's just how I view it. But I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, to be honest. I think it's good that it's kind of open-ended a little bit.
It is, because it gives us stuff it gives fans.
To talk about.
These are good things. We have bad things that fans argue about, like, you know, race and stupid shit, and whether or not we like a TV
but
show.
Stuff like this, I feel like
stuff like this is good to argue about, because then it brings up conversation on, well, this is what I think, and this is what I think, and this is what I think, and then you know what I'm saying, it goes back and forth, and it's not no hate behind it. It's like dude trying to figure it out.
I think that's what good art does, arguably. It's supposed to provoke conversations about analyzing the world we live in, what we just watched. It's supposed to make us think about philosophy, theology. It's supposed to make us think outside of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what this question is. Wow,
it's like looking at the Mona Lisa.
Over here.
It's like looking at the Mona Lisa. Is the Mona Lisa beautiful, or is the girl just ugly? You know what I'm saying? Because the actual girl is ugly, but you know what I'm saying, the Mona Lisa is beautiful. So how do you contribute that?
I know that's what was in his mind when he painted that. I'm just kidding.
CJ, you just down there being awfully quiet.
Oh no!
Sorry, I started going all like crazy philosopher. I started going all Plato
well,
up in here.
I was like, I'm entertaining that. Yeah, you know, and I was like entertaining what Garrison's saying, and I don't disagree with it, Garrison.
Boom, boom.
I don't disagree with it. I don't know. I honestly, I
love
think,
talking about this shit.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion. It wasn't my favorite movie by far. It's obviously one of the best, but it's not one of my top picks. Like if it's on, I'll watch it, but it's not like, oh, I want to watch Return of the Jedi today. Like, it's never been one of those movies for me. Not like you can look at like Empire. Everybody loves watching Empire because it had every.
I don't.
I
Empire
love
ain't
Empire.
even in my top 5.
What?
No, Empire's not in my top 5. I thought Empire was the most low budget looking film. It just the plot was just weak to me. I told you guys that before. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite, and I'd rather watch New Hope than I would Empire Strikes Back. I'd rather watch Revenge of the Sith, New Hope. I'd rather watch any one of the prequel trilogies, then New Hope, and then Return of the Jedi, and then Empire. So that's how mine go in the top in the 6.
I don't know.
Empire just was not. I didn't like the way that they Empire just seemed like it drug out. Like, dude, come on, man, can we get something like, dude, like I don't know. It just didn't have that quality to catch me. Like New Hope caught me. When Empire came out, it was like kind of like you already knew what was gonna happen. Like, okay, now you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be searching for Luke. Luke's gonna be fighting for the, you know what I'm saying, for the rebels, and they're going to be trying to get back because Darth Vader survived. We seen him fly off. We know that the Emperor's still alive, so they're going to be searching for Luke. There wasn't like no big plot twist to me. We kind of knew what was going to happen. And I was a kid and I knew what was going to happen. So like, but Return of the Jedi, I was like, all right, this is the final thing, man. This is something big's going to happen here. So that's why I liked Return of the Jedi better than I liked Empire, because you knew something good was going to happen. There was like nothing really good. That the final battle was like the best part of the whole thing. And the funny shit that was said in there, that was it. Get this big walking carpet out of my way. You know what I'm saying? I love you. Me too. I know. You know what I'm saying? That the funny shit. And then that was like the best parts of the movie. In the end, other than that, it was just kind of, come on, flying into a big giant slug in an asteroid. Like, first off, how can it breathe in space?
And it's a worm, not a slug.
Like, how can it breathe in space? This is a point in time where, like, space is new and you know you can't breathe in space. This big worm can't breathe in space. Well, why are these bats flying around? They're on an asteroid. Asteroids don't have, you know what I'm saying, a freaking atmosphere and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was a kid and I was thinking these things the first time I seen it. So it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, I was 5 or 6, 7 maybe, when I first seen Empire. And I get like, dude, this doesn't make no sense. So when I watched Return of the Jedi, I mean, it just made more sense to me. I mean, it just wasn't, I don't know. There's a lot of people that say Empire is the best, and that's just not one of my, like I said, it's not even in my top 5. It's probably the 6th out of the top 5, out of the original and the prequel trilogy. It's my 6th one that I'd watch. I like all the rest of them.
Empire's not really my favorite, but I don't rank it that low.
Y'all kept voting for Empire when we had the little thing. I didn't vote for that shit.
We were voting on best Star Wars movie, not our favorite.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the best Star Wars movie. I don't even think it's in the top. I'd take Rogue One.
I think objectively, it's a really good one.
I don't see it that way.
Right. Which, in this case, it's not open to interpretation. You're just wrong. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we don't care what you say. You're not in the right today.
But that's just me personally. I like all the prequel. I like the prequel trilogy just because they seem more. They were more vibrant. They had more like. That was at the height of the Republic, you know, or not the height as I say, but it just looked a lot. It was a lot more aesthetic. It was a lot more pleasing. Whatever. To view. But it wasn't like the storyline behind it. It was too easy to figure out. Like the only thing you can figure out in Return of the Jedi is at the end you knew that Vader and Luke was gonna fight because it was the last. It was the last at that point. You didn't know that there was going to be more coming out after that. That was supposed to be the end. You knew that was going to be it. It's the third part in their trilogy. You knew that they was going to fight at the end. You knew Luke was going to win because the good has to win. That's the whole fucking idea. But how it got there, you couldn't, like, you didn't really know. You didn't know that Ewoks was going to show up, these little demons that could just kill stormtroopers in there with spears and, you know what I'm saying? You didn't know none of that stuff was going to happen, so it was exciting. In Empire, you kind of knew what was going to happen. You knew that Luke and Vader I mean, you didn't know that Vader was his father. I mean, that was kind of cool that they popped that out in there, but like you knew that they was going to fight. You knew kind of how it was going to get there. You knew that the Falcon is a piece of shit at this point and it's going to have some problems. You knew all the things that was going to happen in the movie. Before you ever watched it, you knew what was going to happen.
No.
You knew
I disagree.
You knew that Leia was going to fall in love with Han Solo. You could just tell by the way they was acting towards each other in the original trilogy. All that in New Hope, all that back and forth. You knew what was going to happen. So you knew all that. You knew most of the stuff that was going to happen. There were some key things that popped up.
Darth Vader. I don't think many saw Darth Vader.
No, nobody think that Darth Vader was going to be Luke's father. But you kind of knew that they was going to face each other at the end. You kind of knew that Vader was going to win because it's the middle of a trilogy. Everybody at this point knew that he was writing a trilogy when they came out with the second one. There's going to be 3. There's always 3. So you knew it was going to be a trilogy. So in the sequel, I mean in the second, you almost know every time in the second movie. And I'm young and I know this at this point. The bad guy's going to win because that brings out the third one for the good guy to come back and, win.
Okay, so I got a question. So when you sit there and you say this and you look at everything like merchandise and popularity, what's more iconic? Like when you look at anniversaries and when they drop releases of toys and stuff, you don't see a lot of New Hope toys. You don't see Revenge of the Sith toys coming back. You don't see any of that. You see Empire Strikes Back. Like I have an Adidas box for the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. They sold a whole shoe line off of it. You didn't see that for A New Hope. You didn't see that for Return. You didn't see that for Revenge.
But that doesn't have anything to do.
I'm just saying the popularity of Empire and the popularity of Empire just goes past my opinion or other people's opinions. It goes into like brands and what George thinks and what Dave would think or what even Kathleen, even though we don't give a shit about her opinion really, what she thinks. And like there's millions of people that'll agree or disagree at the end of the day. And I feel Empire, in my opinion, is in the top 5, if not in the top 3. I'm not going to put it in front of Revenge of the Sith. I'm going to agree with you on this one, Kyle. I will watch Revenge of the Sith 16 times before I watch Empire Strikes Back 5. That's how good Revenge of the Sith was. Because it had everything.
It's either between, like, my 2 top favorites is, if I was picking my top favorites, is Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One. That's my 2 top favorite Star Wars movies. But if you're going like, just off of the original trilogy, Empire was not that. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I know that it's probably rated the #1 Star Wars movie of all time. Most people will rate it as the #1, but to me, it just didn't appeal to me like that. It still doesn't to this day. And like I said, I was young when I first watched it, and it didn't like the first time I watched it, I was probably too young to actually really comprehend, what was going on. But once I was able to sit down and watch it when I was like old enough to understood, I kind of already, because when it originally came out in 78, I was 1. And I'm pretty sure I seen it when I was 1, but I don't count that time. I'm talking about the first time I seen it as being old enough to, I think I was like 7 or 8 the next time I watched it. And I was old, and I knew what was going to happen. I don't remember what was going to happen when I was 1, but when I watched it, I was like, I know what's going to happen. And that could be influenced. That could have been influenced by TV and, different things
Bodie?
like that. There's a lot of things. And there ain't no telling what I seen or what I heard or anything. But it just didn't give me that appeal. Like Return of the Jedi did or A New Hope. It just didn't. And when it was just like, I knew when they came out with the prequel trilogy, I knew exactly what was going to happen. And because you just look at the way films are made. You knew something bad was going to happen in the first one, and it kind of was going to leave you at a twist, and it did. Qui-Gon got killed, which was basically the star of the first movie. He was the main character of the first movie. He gets killed. Obi-Wan got to take up the mantle. He trains Anakin Skywalker. The second movie, the bad guys is going to win more. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have more of the thing. And then the third one was kind of a twist because You didn't know that Order 66 was going to happen. You didn't know how all this was going to play. I mean, you knew because you've seen the originals, but you didn't know how it was going to play out. And it played out spectacularly because it just, every time you turned around, it was something that was happening that you was not expecting. That's one of the things that kept you captivated. That's why people can watch Revenge of the Sith over and over and over and never get tired of it, because that's one of the movies that you always see something that you didn't see before. You know, you see something. Well, I can say that about the second one, because even the second one, come on, you know how many times I watched it before the first time that I ever seen that they showed the Death Star in it? Like, I watched it so many times, I never noticed that. And then one day I was just like, dude, that's the Death Star. How many times have I watched that scene and never realized that the Death Star, that he showed the Death Star plans? Dooku had it in his hand. Something that you just didn't notice. Because they flipped by it so quick, you just didn't pay attention in them. One day oh my God, that's the Death Star. That's what captivates you. That's what made the prequel trilogy the best to me. Even though I was born and I watched the original trilogy more times than I've ever watched the prequel trilogy. Because I watched it for freaking 20 years or for, 15 years, because that's all there was.
It's weird. Like, I really do like the sequels. Like, I don't agree with.
You like the what? The sequels?
Holy shit! No,
Wow. Hey, Kyle, I need you.
First hand,
Kyle,
you heard it on LightSaber Radio. Garrison is a sequel trilogy fan.
I need you to clip that and put it on our Instagram.
Hey, we live. There ain't no clipping nothing.
Prequels. I like the prequels. I don't understand the hate they get. Sequels, understand and promote the hate.
I don't know, man. You just said you like them. I don't think you can retract your statement. I don't think you can retract your statement there, my guy. I think you screwed up big time. You like the
I've
sequels.
said plenty of times on this show, I don't hate the sequels. I just don't think they should be called the sequels. I think they should just be called Star Wars something else. I don't think that they should be included into the sequel thing. Rey was a cool character. Finn was a cool. Poe's one of my favorite characters. I like the sequel trilogy. I just don't think that they should be included in the Skywalker saga. I think they should be like extended universe or some shit. I don't think they should be part of canon. That's just my personal thoughts, though. It's not that they're bad movies. Well, 7's pretty bad all the way up, and it's just pretty bad. I guess it's not completely bad. It's just not good enough to be part of the Skywalker saga. I think they need to redo it, and they need to make Luke not a punk, and they need to get better characters. And they can keep Poe, they can keep Leia, they can keep Luke, they can keep BB-8, they can get rid of Rey, they can keep Finn. The only person I didn't really like was Rey. Rey is what made it really, really bad. She's just not believable to me. I didn't believe her character. And it's not that Daisy Ridley's a bad actor. The character itself was just unbelievable. Like, you're just doing shit right off the bat that's just way too freaking awesome to be, you know what I'm saying? Some new person that found out they could use a force yesterday. Just didn't make a lot of sense.
No, but we got what we got, but we're getting amazing TV now. So
yeah, because
they've had some hiccups. I drastically
you gotta have bad to have good. You don't know what good is unless you have bad to review good.
I mean,
and I'm not even gonna say Obi-Wan Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett are bad. They just don't make sense. They're not terrible. I mean, they're watchable, but they're not Mandalorian good. They're not Andor good. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's people out there that swear by the Book of Boba Fett. They swear by Kenobi. They swear that's some of the best Star Wars ever made, and that's their opinion. That's the great thing about having all this content. We can have different opinions.
No, you're wrong. I don't agree with you. I don't want to hear it no more. You're hurting my feelings. Stop talking. That's literally everybody right now.
Like I said on the last episode, the only Star Wars that I really hate is the holiday special and that stupid Ewok show. Everything else, I mean, even Resistance, I can watch it. Like, I can sit back and watch Resistance. It's not going to be that entertaining, but I can watch it. It's not that bad. But I just cannot watch the holiday special or that stupid Ewok show. What's going on, Bodie? How you doing today? it's just not good Star Wars. It's not. And there's stuff out there that it's okay for the person that it was created for, or the people that it was created. Because Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi was not made, which is stupid because these are fan favorite characters of older fans, so they should have made it more to service the older fans. But they made it for kids. And for a kid is going to like it. It's going to keep them enthused. It's going to make them excited about Star Wars. And that's something that we want. We want kids to be excited about Star Wars because that's what's going to keep the franchise growing. You know, if they're not captivating new fans, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, okay, we made enough money off this. The old fans is dying off. There ain't no point in keep doing this. Let's move on and do something else. They got to entertain the new fans to attract new audiences. Just like the sequel trilogy. The sequel trilogy is going to be more reluctant for a younger fan. It's going to be, or not reluctant. It's going to entice a younger fan than it is somebody that's been around watching Star Wars for a long time.
Right.
It's not going to appeal to us because it was so much different, and the direction that they went, they just took it in a different direction. But Star Wars, Disney's job is to get new fans. They want new fans because they need to make money. It all comes back to the stockholders. That's who they got to appease. They ain't got to appease the fans. They got to appease the people that's making the money off of it. And that's what they're doing. And so I'm not mad at them for what they're doing. That's how they stay a rich company that makes all this great content, because we get other content from Disney other than just Star Wars. This good content. I mean, I love Marvel shit too, just not as much as Star Wars.
Right.
I mean,
But there's a lot of different things. Okay,
yeah,
so for
I'm
the
not gonna
final
disagree.
say, is it about Anakin or is it about Luke? What is your honest opinion on the thing? What do you feel? Who is it truly about?
I mean, I like to view it as about Anakin, but I think it is both. Objectively, like, I like to view it as Anakin, but I think it's open to interpretation, and it's supposed to be. But I like to follow it.
I
with Anakin.
honestly, in my personal opinion, I really, truly do think it is about Anakin. I think it is the return of the one true Jedi. The only real Jedi left at the end of everything that happened. Anakin Skywalker was the only one left. If you look at everything that happens from Phantom to Return, who is left throughout all those movies? Everybody dies except for one person until, obviously, he dies at the very end of the
Hell,
movie.
Palpatine!
No, Palpatine died. I don't give a shit about the sequel. At the end of 6, who is the last real Jedi to be walking on a planet or the Death Star or alive until, obviously, the very end? Anakin. Anakin came back, made peace with himself, and passed as a Jedi. The last Jedi. The return of a one true Jedi.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all the real thing about it.
Oh, whatever. You don't get to force your opinions on me.
It's all about Princess Leia.
I mean,
because she made it all through. She was there all the way till 9. She was in Anakin's sperm sack when she was in his sperm purse. All the way back when he was 8. And they found him in The Force Awakens, and she made it all the way till 9. She was the only character that was in all of the movies. It was Princess Leia. She was the last true Jedi.
We're saying
she made it all the way to the end.
Jedi, not the last Jedi.
She made it all the way to the end. It was about C-3PO.
Yep, it was
because C-3PO was in every movie. He was the true Jedi. Nah, I have to agree that I think it's about Anakin, but I also think that it's open for interpretation, and it's about both. It's about the Jedi Order coming back, and it's about the redemption of Anakin Skywalker. So I think it's about both of them, but if I have to say one or the other one, I'd have to say it's about Anakin. That's my opinion. Because that's just the way that it seemed to turn out. To me, it's about Palpatine. He was in all 6 of them, all the way through 9.
And he was a dirty bitch.
Okay, let's go ahead on
Bodhi says Luke is a side character in my opinion, like Rey and Ben. That's
What?
Is Return of the Jedi. Also, Han is better than Luke. Okay, you can like Han better than Luke, but Luke is not a side character. If anything,
The
Han's
story
a side
is-
character.
The story
He's
is
like the main
literally
character
about
in the whole damn
Skywalkers.
original trilogy. Him and Darth Vader. So it's him and Anakin through the original trilogy. Yeah, that's true. I have to give her that. Rey wouldn't have beat none of them if all the other Jedi didn't show up as Force Ghosts and tell her, "You can do it, Rey. You can do it." I don't think it would have happened. I think it would have been bad. Okay, so yep. Everybody, I got one today. We have a Hothbreaker. I know I haven't done
Luke
one in
was
about.
nothing without
Hothbreaker?
Ben. Ben made Luke. Han just sharpened the steel.
Luke is nothing.
Ben
without
made
Han.
the steel. Hold on. Let me get into this.
Hey, hold up. Yeah, wait a minute, because Han was a main character in
But no, let me get into this stuff.
It's
Let me
kinda
get
hard
into
to-
this.
because he was in
Ben-
all 3 movies a lot.
Ben forged and made the steel. Han sharpened it. 2 different things. Ben helped create Luke and open Luke's eyes to the Jedi and the Force and being one with the Force and being a Jedi.
I don't think he's talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think he's talking about Ben.
No, he's talking
Kylo
about
Ren.
No. I'm talking. I don't give a no.
Luke is
Han-
nothing with. What do you mean Luke is nothing without?
Bodhi,
Han?
are you just wanting an argument? Because
What
I'll
was-
stomp
what
your
was
ass
Luke
right now.
doing
I'm
the
not.
entire time Han's in carbonite. Like, fuck. He got more of a Jedi than. Like, there was more
He said
progress
both Ben.
in the time that Han was
Yeah, I
in
said, yeah, I
carbonite
agree.
than the rest of the entire shows. Like, Luke made the most progress as a Jedi when Han wasn't there to fuck around.
Real shit though. Like the second Han left, if you like, there's
Luke becomes
comics.
a Jedi.
There's a literal comic series about the time Han got shoved in carbonite, and the second he was on Frozen, all the training he went through and all the things he read and discovering things and learning to be a master Jedi.
Well, no. Without Han, Luke has no motivation, though.
Bullshit! It was Ben
Kicking your
watching
aunt,
Ben
Uncle
die.
dying wasn't motivation. Saving your sister wasn't motivation. Avenging Uncle Ben wasn't motivation. Saving your father wasn't motivation. Saving the galaxy wasn't motivation.
No, it was just Han. Han
No,
did it
it's just
for him.
Han. The bro code, man. That's what Star Wars is really about. Bros.
Hey, wasn't Han was gonna leave his ass on Hoth.
Han was gonna leave his ass on Hosnian Prime too, and leave his ass on in the beginning in A New Hope. He just wanted to take
Wait
his
a minute,
money
wait a
and
minute.
leave.
Okay, Bodhi. I have to say this. Luke and Ben went and looked for Han. Han wasn't looking for them. They went and looked for him.
And the only reason Han was on board is because he was getting paid.
And on A
was.
New Hope, with A New Hope, and the only reason why Han came to save Luke when his ass was about to get shot down by Vader was because Chewie. It wasn't because of Han. Han's moral ethics are fucked. If it wasn't Chewie in his ear, 10-1, they wouldn't have turned that fucking Falcon around and shot Vader out.
Dion said, yes, I agree. Dion, what do you agree with? Get in this
Are you
conversation.
agreeing with me and Garrison and Kyle, or Bodhi Collections just needs to shush? He don't know
I
anything.
agree with Palpatine. Whatever Palpatine said, that's what I agree with. Hell, Palpatine, Dark Yoda,
Palpatine probably was pissed off.
Darth Grogu for president. Palpatine to conquer the galaxy. That's what I vote for. I don't know. I think it would have been way better if, like, Luke just got electrocuted. And, and Darth Vader didn't do anything.
Palpy didn't die.
All right, we get to the Hothbreaker. We got to get to the Hothbreaker. I got a Hothbreaker. I mean, not a
You have
Hothbreaker.
a Hothbreaker? Or
No.
would you rather?
Oh,
no,
shit.
Fuck.
Oh.
What if?
What if? Oh, man.
Yeah. Fuck me. Shit.
Hold up. Y'all talk among yourselves. I gotta fix something.
I don't
Oh,
want
it's not
to.
on here.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know
If
how.
Bodie keeps going, we're just gonna argue the whole time. I don't think
Mother-
that's what's gonna happen.
I'm just kidding.
I'm getting there. I don't know. I just think it would have been a wait. They could have done a sequel trilogy at the end of Return of the Jedi if, like, Vader would have killed Palpatine but didn't die. But he wasn't a good guy. He still was a bad guy, and now he was the new Emperor. I think that would have made a better plot for the sequel trilogy. Like if he'd have just picked up Palpatine and threw him down that hole, and then he survived, and then he was like, Luke, you must turn to the dark side. We must conquer the galaxy, and just stayed the bad guy. I think that would have been a way better, because then we'd have 3 more movies of Luke trying to beat him. I think that I think that would have been way better. Okay, now we get into the what if, because I had to upload the video. All right, here we go.
It only takes one decision to decide the direction of the galaxy, a decision that will influence the outcome. But if that decision went the other way, reality as we know it would change forever. The galaxy would be on a different course. Things that have happened would cease to exist. A new narrative would be etched into creation. So we are going to analyze those other possibilities when we ask, what if?
Okay, so the what if question for today. What if Luke would have killed Vader in Cloud City? How things would have turned out? How do you think things would have went? Because we know Luke can't beat Palpatine. Ain't no way Luke could have beat Palpatine. So how would have things went different?
No. In order to like ask this question, like, because then Luke has got to be powerful. Like, are we asking if Luke was powerful enough to beat Vader, or like, let's just say he got lucky and beat Vader?
Well, I'm just saying, in a scenario, they're fighting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're lightsaber fighting, and Luke gets the upper hand.
Did Han Solo like peek out from the Millennium Falcon and shoot Vader, and then?
Well, Han Solo's already in carbonite at this point.
I know, but like, is this like lucky bullshit, or is like Luke a good enough Jedi to beat him? Because that, you know,
I'm saying lucky bullshit because we know he wasn't a good enough Jedi to beat him at this point.
So lucky bullshit. Rebellion fails.
You think the rebellion will fail?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, dude.
I think Palpatine. Oh,
Palpatine is gonna play it smarter. Okay, the whole reason Palpatine allowed Luke to come anywhere near him was because Vader was there, and because he thought the combined effort of him and Vader could turn Luke dark. I feel like Palpatine's not stupid enough to like give openings to Luke. You know what I mean? Where I think Luke would have just gotten killed. He wouldn't have toyed with the rebellion. He would have just crushed him. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like because he was a bad guy and he was just trying to be a dick, he was toying with him a little bit.
Because we know at the end of Revenge of the Sith that Luke did not know that Padme was, I mean, not Luke, but Anakin didn't know she was pregnant with twins. So until Revenge of the Jedi, he didn't know that Leia was his sister. Luke is kind of the one that told him that. So, did Palpatine know? Would Palpatine go after Leia in order to get to Luke? To get Luke to make a mistake like he did before? Because Palpatine's biggest thing was your reliance on your friends is your weakness. So would Palpatine have went after Leia, try to turn her to the dark side, or try to, kidnap her, to get Luke to come to him? Or does he have a backup plan? Because we know that at this point that they have the Inquisitors. So does he take one of the Inquisitors and train them up really train them to be an actual Sith? Or does he have somebody else on backup if Darth Vader ever got killed? Because it just seems like Palpatine always got a plan for everything.
Well, I feel like in Episode 6, Palpatine no longer really gave a shit about Darth Vader. He wanted flipping Luke. Because Luke wasn't in the suit anymore. Like, Luke had had more potential than Vader because of Vader's handicap. But like, that's a flip. If Luke, actually, I could see Palpatine succeeding. Luke beating, because I think Luke losing taught him an important lesson about humility and trusting in the Force, and really following the Force rather than just being crazy and just going full steam ahead like what Anakin did all the time, and which arguably is what one of the things that led Anakin to the dark side. So I think Luke charging in all crazy, beating Vader would have given him a false sense of pride and a false sense of accomplishment and security, and would have got him arrogant, which would have been an opening for Palpatine potentially.
Because then Palpatine could have just invited him, like,
Right,
come on,
and
come take me on. You beat Vader.
Right, because when Luke faced Palpatine, he was like committed light side, like you couldn't sway him. But I feel like before that, with that false sense of pride and thinking he's all that when he's really not, he's not unshakable anymore.
Because you think about it, he never got. Oh shit! He never got no more training, because when he goes back to Dagobah to go finish his training with Yoda, Yoda just dies.
Oh,
so he never got like no more.
He got training.
From what?
Yoda died in episode 6, didn't he?
Yeah, Yoda died in episode where he left. So
yeah. So between 5
Luke
and 6,
left in episode 5.
Right.
Went and did that. Well, I guess he could have got more training in between the time before he went and rescued.
I'm assuming he like worked his ass off in training, and that's what got him so in touch with the Force.
Then he went and saved Han from Vader. I mean Han from Jabba. Then when he went back, so I'm guessing in between that time he had to go train with Yoda for a little bit. But it was only a few months. How many months was it between?
Yeah, but a few months can change a lot when we're with Yoda. Number one. Number two, I think it wasn't so much Luke's practice with the Force. I think it was his connection. I don't think about Luke getting his ass kicked. I think they were more scared about Luke making the same mistake as Anakin and charging in full steam ahead, and because of that, being open to the dark side.
I don't know. It's good. Either way, I don't think that the rebellion comes out on top. Palpatine's too smart.
I think the rebellion gets wiped out.
I think Vader winning was a good thing for the good guys.
Yeah.
So definitely, then that goes back to the thing when Anakin killed Palpatine, or thought he killed Palpatine. When he threw Palpatine down the hole, that was what really swayed the rebellion to win. It wasn't so much the Death Star getting blown up or Jedi or Luke. Luke really didn't do shit. Anakin is who won the war for the rebellion.
Well, I mean...
So then it goes back to the movie was about Anakin.
I mean, Han Solo did help blow up the Death Star by being on Andor, and like all of it was important. But I feel like, let's just say, the rebellion won in their mission of blowing up the Death Star for the second time. I feel like Palpatine would have either A, escaped, or B, like sought through the Force and stopped it in some way. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, without Palpatine, yeah, that was the final, like, that killed the Empire. But I feel like if Palpatine had still been alive and that happened, the Empire would have recovered.
Well, the Empire does recover, and then it becomes the First Order.
Right.
And it was, and because there was a lot of Empire people that didn't believe that Palpatine was that Palpatine was dead. Well, the Moffs took over the Empire after Palpatine was killed.
Right.
And they were on the Outer Rim and in unknown space, and that's how they kind of formed back up and became the First Order. Without the presence of Palpatine, because a lot of them didn't even believe Palpatine was dead.
Snoke was Palpatine, basically. So
yeah, basically. I don't know. And here we go with Bodhi. Yep, he always needed Han to carry him. Hello.
Whatever. I am a
you just ain't gonna let this one go, Bodhi, huh? You just gonna start the argument all up again.
I am a huge Han Solo fan. Huge Han Solo fan. You know that. I know that. We all know that. But it's the fact of the matter is Luke Skywalker. Okay, here. I just said it right there. Skywalker. That name alone is just, it was bred to be great. Anakin started the greatness, and it literally went down to Luke. If Leia would have been trained, Leia would have probably been a 30 times better Jedi, not going to lie to you. But there was no need.
Dion said Luke turns to the dark side, Grandpa Palpatine would talk him into turning. I think that could be a possibility too. And then Leia has to turn into a Jedi and conquer them all. Like, I wonder how Leia would feel if Ben just showed up and Yoda just showed up to train him. You know what I'm saying? Force Ghost just showed up right in front of her like, Leia, use your Force abilities. You must save the galaxy. Your brother's a punk. He turned to the dark side.
Your brother's a punk, bitch. Real fast before we hop on to anything else, I just want to say happy first birthday to my nephew. Turns 1 today. I got really excited. I'm missing a FaceTime call with him, but I'll see him tomorrow or Monday. I think it's Monday.
Hold on. I have a response for Bodhi. Can I?
Go ahead.
He says Han's still out there making moves while Luke hid on an island. Maybe if Han raised his own fucking kid, he'd be the one on that.
Maybe no. Hold on. I agree with that, but maybe if Han would have showed up when shit was hitting the fan for his kid, there wouldn't have been issues. We wouldn't have had this First Order Knights of
Train
Ren.
your own damn kid, fucker.
Well, maybe if Luke would have called Han and said, "Hey man, your son's acting like a punk bitch. He's over here, you know what I'm saying, trying to turn to the dark side." Then you know what I'm saying, Luke wouldn't been such a bitch and didn't call and just ran off and hid.
Just standing over. I can just imagine Luke standing over Ben, not with the lightsaber, with the phone, saying, "I'm calling your father."
That would have been a better plot than what they gave us. All right, we got any news and rumors today?
I'm sorry.
I got some action figure stuff, but that's about it.
I think there's some stuff on here. I've been reading through some stuff. Let's get to some news and rumors.
The ultimate news and rumors.
All right, go ahead, CJ. What do we got for some action figure news?
So Hasbro needs to slow the hell down until we at least see the episode, because they be dropping toys with us. Like, there's a Cassian Andor toy with him with Empire clothing on. We haven't seen that yet, damn it. Don't show me what he's going to look like, you fucks. I don't appreciate it. And then there's another figure. We haven't seen this character. I can't really see his name. His name is Imperial Officer.
Imperial Officer? Which one? There's only about 300 of them on the episode so far.
I feel like he's going to be an important character because of the fact that, like, if I'm looking at this facial structure, he looks like a very familiar actor. So I feel like he's going to be very crucial going forward. But it's just Imperial Officer. They haven't dropped that toy yet, but they did drop Cassian Andor in a friggin' Empire outfit. You can now go and purchase the all blacked out Boba Fett from the comic book series. You should be able to find it at GameStop or a Target near you. They gave a new Funko Pop. It's a limited edition run. It's Anakin Skywalker with 2 lightsabers from Attack of the Clones when he's fighting Dooku before he lost his hand. It actually looks pretty good. He's got the slick back hair and the Jedi braid, and he's got the green and blue lightsaber. And that's really about it for that on the toy aspect of my end.
I got a couple toy ones.
Thanks for being a
Advantage
good
Collection
sport,
Arc Trooper Havoc figure launched at NYCC during the past PulseCon. Let's see, what else do we got? Where was the other one?
I saw kind of funny one, kind of sad one.
A bunch of other Star Wars figures was released at the New York Comic Con. We had, so there's Thrawn, Mandalorian. I don't know who that person is. That's it.
So I found a kind of funny article. So Kevin Smith, he was asked about like possibly joining Disney and directing like Marvel or Star Wars, and he basically is like, hell no, that's a fool's errand. I'm not going to ruin someone's childhood. He's like, those fans are too high demand. I can't do it. Like, so that's kind of hilarious. Kind of true. But...
He's like, dude, y'all ain't ruining my career. We all know that it's Halloween coming up, so they got a shit ton of Halloween costumes, and they got some really ones that look really, really good for a costume party. I mean, these is damn near like you might as well be in cosplay. Like you might as well have created your own. They got some really good costumes coming out for kids and adults. Let me see. They're really put together costumes. They got some Jedi costumes, some Mandalorian costumes, and they look really, really good considering. And I know I said that about 5 times. Let's see what else. Also, okay, where the hell did it go? There is a Star Wars books that are they said it canonical, not chronological, canonical. It's like canonical. You know what I'm saying? But this is where they say you should read the High Republic books, Padawan, Master and Apprentice, Queen's Trilogy, Brotherhood, Dark Disciple, Thrawn Ascendancy Trilogy, Ahsoka, Most Wanted, Leia, Princess of Alderaan, Thrawn Trilogy, the original, Lost Star, Princess and the Scoundrel. Nah, I didn't really care for that book too much. Aftermath Trilogy, Shadow of the Sith, Bloodline, Resistance Reborn. That's what they label as the books, the best books to read. And it says canonical, and it's not even chronological because they're not even in the right order. So I'm saying if you read them in that order or even in reverse, it's not right. But most of them are some good books.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are really good books. I've either read or listened to all of those. What else do we have here? There was something else that I wanted to bring up.
Pause. I'll be right back.
You'll be right back.
He's got to go poop.
And dude, I keep trying to tell this boy that shit before the show. It should be on. I'm gonna send him a thing right before, like an hour before the show. Take a shit first. Shit before the show.
He's like a little kid. I don't have to yet. Go anyway.
I guess Mark Hamill made a comment that he wished that they would have. That he was a little bit appalled by the way that the massive regrets over the cutscenes that were cut out of The Last Jedi. It would have made it a lot better.
No, nothing was gonna save that. They killed you like a punk bitch. It wouldn't have saved Luke at all.
I mean, maybe if
we saw the cutscenes.
Yeah, I didn't think it made any difference. It just,
yeah, no.
George Lucas in an interview. Let's see. Let's see. Clone Wars Season 5, Episode 11, A Sunny Day in the Void, explained. It says George Lucas' favorite Clone Wars episode explains his Star Wars legacy. So I guess Season 5, Episode 11, A Sunny Day in the Void, we should all go watch that. And it will explain to us why that was his, that explains the legacy of the Star Wars to him.
We will understand why he sold it to Disney.
Yeah. It must be. Well, he sold it to Disney because it made him $4 billion. Shit.
Watch it. It's gonna be a show about a bounty.
He was like,
hunter
I'm never
just
going to
getting
sell
money.
it. Well, I'm
That's it.
never going to sell it. I will never sell Star Wars. We'll give you $4 billion. Where do I sign? When you hear a word like billion, that changes your whole mind about a lot of shit. Billion, that is a million millions. That is 4 of those. Yeah, I'd sell my mama for that much. You know what I'm saying? I'll sell one of my kids. Shit, you want one of these little bastards here? $4 billion, I'll sell you anything. What do you want? I'll sell you my left testicle for $4 billion. Cut it off right now. You can chop it off with a meat cleaver. I don't give a shit. Give me $4 billion. Just make sure there's a doctor here to sew me up. $4 billion, that's a... He said, Bodie said, only on Saturdays, LOL, Wednesday is Star Wars beef.
What a good sport.
Bodie's having fun at y'all's expense. I hope y'all know that. Let's see, there was one other thing that I had.
No, that's all I saw. Kind of slow.
I had one other thing. I had them all sectioned out and everything, and then I flicked around and closed
When's
the page
next
on
Star
accident.
Wars coming out? Isn't it later this month?
Yeah, we get Tales of the Jedi
Yeah.
later
Tales
on,
of the Jedi.
towards the end of this month.
Okay.
Have they got my actual release date yet? Have they put out a release
26th
date?
of October. It's the day before Tori and I's anniversary.
What is that? Is that a Friday?
What's more
or-
important, your anniversary or Tales of the Jedi coming out?
My anniversary.
Yeah, you
Star
better
Wars
say
will
that
always
'cause-
be there.
You better say that because she's right. Well, if you do your
She
job
is.
right, she'll always be there too.
He
That's
says,
what I'm saying.
Star Wars screen goes black. Star Wars screen would have gone black.
Literally, all you see is this
Right.
in the background.
You just see
She
him get
forgets
hit
to
in the
mute the
head and the
mic.
screen goes black.
She forgets to mute the mic, but all you see is the.
Screen goes black. Vroom, vroom.
No,
All
let's
right.
see what was more important.
Flipping.
Yeah, I don't know what else I had. I think I had that Kevin Smith thing. I think Garrison said that.
Our
So
anniversary.
That was funny.
He's like, you better say that. And Garrison's like, well, the screen goes black.
says Andor fans are loving Nemec. Who the hell is Nemec?
It's the guy, the philosophy kid.
Oh, okay.
I love him. I think he's freaking fantastic. I thought that, like I said, him sitting there in that episode talking to Cassian.
You know who he
about all
reminds
that.
me of? Mouse on Matrix. The kid Mouse on Matrix. The one that's always talking about, the one that created the girl in the red dress.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason he reminds me of him for some reason. So it makes it kind of weird.
I don't know.
Only
It's
you.
been a long time.
Only
since I've
you
seen
can make
Matrix,
it
to be
weird.
honest.
How long do you guys think it's going to be until Forrest Whitaker shows up in the Saw Gerrera? In the
I think
season?
it'll
Don't
be
do it.
episode 7 or 8. I think
it'll be episode 7 or 8?
I think episode 6 is the big climax for the middle of the series.
I
for
hope
that
that they
heist.
showed it down. Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute because it has to do with the questions. Which I need to get a picture of that. I didn't even do that shit. Oh crap! I forgot. I completely forgot. Are we ready for some news and rumors?
We already did news and rumors.
I mean, not news and rumors, but the impossible quiz.
No, but I have to do it anyway.
Is that how you spell it? Oh, oops, I spelled it wrong. That's why I'm like, what the hell? So, oh shit. Where is? You want to start the thing? Garrison, young Garrison over there while I get this picture.
Yes, sorry.
Yo, G Money, hit the button.
Where'd it go? Oh, impossible quiz. All right, ready?
Stop right there, you rebel scum. Prepare yourself for the Star Wars Impossible quiz. Blast them.
Knee pad.
Knee pad. Where is this picture at? Okay. I'll get it as y'all are trying to figure out the answers to these wonderful questions that I have created. Okay, question number 1. What planet did the Ugnaughts originally come from?
The what?
The Ugnaughts.
Do you
The
know what an
Ugnaughts?
Ugnaught is?
The little pig creatures.
The
Remember
Lugnauts?
Quill?
I don't know. Home Depot?
That's a planet. That's not a planet.
Yeah. Where do the Lugnuts come from? Home Depot.
No,
I don't fucking
Ugnaughts.
know.
Ugnaughts.
Ugnaughts.
He said lug nuts.
He said lug nuts, my guy.
Are these astronauts that wear Uggs on the instead of regular
No,
astronaut
there.
boots?
Do you remember Quill from Mandalorian, the little pig-looking guy that had the weird fucking?
Oh, like I have spoken.
Yes,
That guy.
that's an Ugnaught.
Okay. I was thinking, I was like, are these
How can I-
astronauts that wear
did
Ugg
I
boots?
already
Like, I
get
don't
up
get it.
Oh my god.
I'm just playing.
I
was
am
being
done.
funny.
I'm done.
The
I'm
whole
leaving.
point of this is if you don't know the answer, you be funny. And that was me. You're welcome.
Yeah, that was funny.
I thought you were serious.
He said lug nuts. I thought he was serious too. Like, what are you
Dude, I
talking about
thought
lug
dead
nuts
ass,
for?
dude. I thought you were real serious.
And then why
I'm
would
like,
you say Home Depot? You can't buy lug nuts at Home Depot. You got to go like AutoZone or something. I was like, man.
I was about to be like, cool. I wish Tori would smack me and fucking shut the screen off. Fuck.
Knock some sense into your brain, knock you out so you ain't got to hear this off the wall shit that Garrison is saying. Like, lug nuts. Okay, so what planet did they come from?
Piglantis.
Piglantis.
They look like pigs.
But did you really say Piglantis?
Yeah.
Piglantis.
Coruscant. Corellia. Andor. Not Andor. Never mind. That's an Ewok thing.
Okay, they came from Gentis in the remote Ugnaught system.
Yeah, dude, they come from other pigs' genitals. We know that. That's how pigs are born.
That's all pigs are born. Okay. Question number 2. What was the Tusken Raider word that described their children? What? I said Tusken Raider, not Wookiee. That's terrible.
Little.
Flippin' Patrick.
That's why I did it too. The way you sounded when you first did that, I was like, I just immediately thought of Patrick Star. Little.
Shark bait.
Okay.
Wow.
Does anybody know anybody in the chat? Come on. What was the Tusken Raider word that described their children?
What did he? That's what they really are. They're Tuscan children. That's what the Jawas are.
Okay. They're called Ula.
Ula. I don't think that's a good thing.
I honestly want to start telling my
Ooh la
Star
la.
Wars dad jokes to you guys. This is where I'm getting at in my life. My
Okay.
Star Wars dad jokes.
We can do that in a little bit. What species use their ability to identify? Okay, let me start that over again.
Wow.
What species use their ability to identify hidden Jedi during Emperor Palpatine's Jedi purge? So what species use their ability to identify hidden Jedi during Emperor Palpatine's Jedi purge? And we actually see them in the movie.
We see them in the movie?
Clones.
During Revenge of the Sith. They're
Clones.
no.
Wookiees.
No.
Whatever Yoda is.
No. The Ambarans had an ability to
Barons. I'm looking this up.
influence and
I am
control other
Googling right now.
beings. Okay. And this is going to go back kind of to Andor as well. Because this character, as we see her in the movie, is who is coming to dinner was one of the people that is coming to dinner when
What?
Mon Mothma's husband invited to
okay.
dinner. Okay,
Okay.
so let me show you the picture
So this is one of the people. How do you know? How do you know they're coming to dinner?
because they say it in the episode,
Oh,
the
I was
Andor
getting
episode.
so excited about dinner.
Oh, the lady
Whoa!
that was
Oh,
the lady
live.
that was at the opera with Palpatine when he tells her to go
Yeah.
sit somewhere
She's
else.
creepy as fuck.
So she is one of the people that is coming to dinner with Mon Mothma if we ever see that. If they ever show that, that's one of the people that's coming to dinner.
Ew. I don't
She
like
looks
her.
creepy as shit, don't she?
She looks like Mr. Freeze's wife.
She looks like
True,
she
it's
ate
actually
Mr.
true.
Freeze. But that's an unborn, and they have a special ability that they could control or they could influence people's minds. So they could tell whether or not if a person was a Jedi or just a regular person. Because they could read their minds or control their minds or whatever.
It's a
Okay,
weird
stop
action figure.
it. Yeah, that is a weird action figure. I don't know why anybody would ever make that action figure, but okay. Question number 4. Wait, already, yeah. Okay. Question number 4. We all know that Mace Windu developed the lightsaber form Vapad. How do you say that?
Vapid.
Vapid. But who assisted him in his creation?
Yoda.
No.
Plo Koon,
Qui-Gon.
No.
Kit Fisto. Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I was going to say Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto, I'm sorry. Kit Fisto would be a big bet for me on that one.
No.
Yaddle.
Nope.
Vapod. Vapid. Vapod. I don't know.
Why are you trying to look it up? That's why you're naming it. That's why you're saying it, because you're trying to look it up.
No, I'm just tired.
That's the sound of cheating. Okay.
Sure.
The answer is Sora Bulk.
Sora Bulk. I have
Yes.
a very
So-
sore bulk.
Bulq.
I have
Sora
a very
Bulk.
sore bulk.
She helped him create, or he or she, I don't know if it's a boy, Sora, I guess it's a girl, helped him develop the thing. Okay, what was the name of Chewie's wife's older brother?
God, what the fuck?
Why do
What is
I
Chewie's
Oh,
wife's
God.
older brother-in-law's sister's name's pet's daughter Snake? Fucking hell.
He's actually mentioned in one of the comics. In like a whole comic series where Chewie goes
You
back
got
home.
Chewbacca, Bitebaka.
Nope. Well, think of his wife's
Chewbacca.
name.
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
Everybody in the chat, come on, chat. Y'all ain't guessing. We need y'all to guess. I know y'all on a delay, but you can still guess. If somebody gets it right, even if it's after I say it, well, not if it's long after I say it. If I say it and then like 10 minutes go by and you put it in the chat, I don't count that.
You know what? I'm Googling this one just because I don't think it's going to come up. Maybe. It might have come up. I don't know if this is the right one. We'll see.
All right. His name is Vagari.
Nope, that's not what came up. Well, this doesn't say Chewie's brother-in-law. It was just the first Wookiee name that popped up, and I didn't open the link.
What is it, Torfu?
No, it was Chitkuk. Chitkuk.
His name is
a
Vagari.
terrible name.
Vargi. Vagari. And if you look at the comic, actually, I got this out of the comic. But if you look at the comic, he's pissed off that Chewie's been gone for so long and left his sister for so
Oh,
long.
that's Chewie's dad. Sorry.
Okay, now here goes a good one, and I know I didn't even have no idea. A song written by C-3PO to help Han Solo convince Leia Organa that he was worthy of the worthy choice for a husband. What was the name of that song?
The odds of our love.
Nope.
And like the chorus is like, a happy life with me is probably like 9,200,000 to 1. Like it's not going to happen, but we might as well give it a try. That's what the song's basically about. The odds are against us, but
I didn't even know C-3PO knew how to write songs, but I guess he does. Y'all ready for the answer?
What?
Virtues of a King Han Solo.
What the fuck? Virtues of a King Han Solo. Oh,
You're about to give
God.
Bodhi fuel because you just said King and Han Solo together.
That is the worst. Oh my God! I could just imagine before you propose to a girl, you play like a song like "This is Virtues of a King." Me, listen to it. She will
Okay,
be
this was
so
actually something that
concerned.
was said in the movie. This next question, question number 7, was actually something that was said in the movie, but then it was cut out. So unless you've looked at they cut it out, but it is a true thing. What was Aunt Beru's maiden name?
Sheshtaquania.
Shistaquania.
I don't know.
Dude, Aunt Beru ain't black. That sounds like an African name.
I don't
Myers.
know. I was trying to do a weird.
Actually, it's gonna be crazy once you hear this. You're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But
Skywalker?
it was, no,
What is
it
it?
was. That would have been creepy as shit.
green. Baru green, just very like normal.
Creed.
Brown. Baru brown. That's it.
Beru
Baru
Brown.
brown.
Okay, her name was actually Beru Whiteson.
She's not Native American either, Kyle. What the fuck?
Hey, I didn't write this shit. Okay, this might be something that you guys know. I try to make a few of them easy.
Yeah, right.
Who were the Night Sisters' enemies on Dathomir?
Night Brothers?
The Night Brothers.
little
All the men were
spider
slaves.
things. Those spider
Dathomir
things
men
that
were
you
all
have-
slaves.
No, it's those spider things that you have to fight in flipping.
Fallen Order.
Yeah, Fallen Order. I hate those fucking things.
No. They actually used the light side.
The thing they don't like?
No, the Night Sisters used the dark side.
Yes.
Their
So their
enemies
rival-
were
Oh, Jedi.
the light side. They used the light side,
Jedi.
even though their name doesn't fit the light side at all.
The dark demons.
Okay, their actual enemies were the witches of Dathomir.
What the fuck? Yeah, that doesn't sound light side at all.
That doesn't sound.
Hey, they look if you get a chance, look up witches of Dathomir and then look at their pictures on Google. Yeah, they most of them are drawings, but they're not. They look a lot better than the Night Sisters. I'll tell you that. Okay, who was the leader? Question 9. Who was the leader of the Jawas on Tatooine?
The Jawas on
Tika.
Who's the leader of the Jawas?
Yeah, who was the
Jabba
leader
the
of the Jawas on Tatooine?
Jabba the Hutt.
No,
Kelly Moto.
Jawa. No. Jawa the Hutt.
Jawa the Hutt. Jawa the Hutt.
Jabba
The big
Hutt.
fat Jawa.
I'm gonna say, I honestly, I'll be like, Kelly Moto. Kelly Moto.
Bodhi.
Probably is.
All hell King Solo.
I told you that was gonna happen.
I don't know why Bodhi be getting y'all. He be having y'all motherfuckers mad as shit.
I don't know.
Clint says the key is to
Oh, that's
stab
it.
and roll against the spiders.
That's it. It's like Diggy. Why they always say "Oh Diggy"? It's like the Nazis with Hail Hitler. It's like "Oh Diggy." Diggy's his name.
Diggy's his name.
What's it? Hey, hold on. What's it?
Hey, that's kind of close though. That's kind of close. His actual name is Witten. Wittin. Witten. Witten Jawa was the leader of the Jawas.
That sounds like such a normal name. Like
Yeah, Witten.
Witten sounds like a posh English son of a lord
Okay.
who plays tennis on Thursdays.
I got 2 bonus questions right here. Since if either one of you guys can get any one of these right, you're going to be winning because neither one of you got a question right in forever. How old did a Tusken Raider child need to be to become part of the tribe?
12.
Oh,
15.
yes. But what else did they have to do?
Kill a
Innocent woman.
Wow.
That went dark real quick.
Yeah, that escalated so fast. Yeah, Brick, you killed a guy. Look at Anchorman.
So, in other words, so the second part to the question is they have to pass the rites of passage trial, and basically that means they got to go fight a crate dragon, right? Ain't it a crate dragon?
Probably a great dragon.
How?
Okay.
There were none. There were they would die.
Well,
I had another question. Hold up, let me look, because I had a bonus question.
while,
That
while
was
you're
the
fu-
actual.
while
That
you're
was
looking
actually
for
the
that,
10th question, but for some reason I don't have. Let me double check here.
Hey Garrison, what's Jawa's favorite drink?
Java juice?
No, martini.
Oh, damn it.
Where do Gungans store their food?
Underwater.
In Jar Jars.
Fucking hell.
How?
How do you find Will Smith on Hoth with all the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince.
Oh, that was dumb.
Well, the other question, because I don't remember what the answer was. I got the question, but I don't know the answer. I did for some reason I did copy paste the answer, and then it's not
What's the
actually.
question? What's the question? I know it. We don't need your answer.
What was Aunt Beru's first name?
Baru?
Nope, that's not her first name. That's her middle name.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You're right.
Hey, I got another one for you. Why didn't any of Luke Skywalker's marriages last?
I don't know.
He always followed Obi-Wan's advice. Use divorce, Luke.
Use divorce, Luke.
That's just.
That was good. That was so
What?
stupid.
That's just so dumb.
Why does Princess Leia keep her hair tied up in buns? So it doesn't hang.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Why does Leia keep her hair up in buns? I don't remember. I don't know.
So it doesn't hang solo.
God damn, bro. Fuck. It's
was
like
like-
I feel like so close.
What?
to
Hey,
getting
what's
something.
Admiral Akbar's favorite type of music?
Admiral Akbar?
What the fuck?
Rage Against the Machine.
No, trap music.
God damn it!
What do you call a rebel princess who only shops at Whole Food stores?
Spoiled.
Leia Organic.
Damn it.
Leia Organic. That's just dumb.
I wanted to get one of these.
Like,
Where does Princess Leia shop for Father's Day?
for
Absent
Father's Day.
Fathers Are Us. The Cape Store. The Burlington Cape Factory.
No.
Oh shit.
Inhalers Are Us.
At the Darth Mall.
At the Darth Maul. That's just. Oh, that's so bad.
That's so bad.
Why couldn't Luke find love?
Because
Oh.
he was friends with Han Solo.
He was looking for love in Alderaan places.
Hold the
Oh, the wrong place. That's just dumb.
Uh,
One more. Just
what
one more.
Star Wars character sells hot dogs?
Hold on, don't tell me.
I'm not.
That's the answer.
Admiral Snack Bar.
Oh, damn it. I was thinking like actual characters. I was literally going through. I was like, Luke, no. Leia, no. Emperor, no.
Emperor, no. He said Emperor, no. Yeah, I got. I
You know
got
what?
a couple.
We don't want this. I know we don't want to sound racist and all, but all the stormtroopers look the same to me.
You get canceled for that, CJ. Watch it.
What did Darth Vader say when he walked into the vegetarian restaurant?
This shit is stupid.
No. I find your lack of steak disturbing.
Oh, yeah. I probably could have guessed that, to be honest. If you would have given me time. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit. All right, let's see. I forgot the name of Aunt Peru.
I don't
Her
think she
first
has
name.
a first name, bro.
She has a first name.
She
Like,
does not. Baru is her first name.
no, it's Aunt. Watch,
I'm
gonna
telling
look it
you,
up.
bro. I Googled it.
It's,
I
no,
did
she has a
Google
first
it, but
name.
I'm just like pretty sure.
Watch, I'm gonna tell you.
What did Yoda ride as a kid?
What did who write as a kid?
What did Yoda ride as a kid?
Ooh, that's a good one. One of those little like the what you give the little kids who have like the little like the little battery.
I know what you're
driven
talking
trucks.
about. You ready?
Yeah.
A do cycle, because there is no try. A tricycle, a do-cycle, whatever. I'm done. No more dad jokes.
That one was really bad.
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all we got.
All right.
I was trying. Wait,
Whoa.
hold up. I'm gonna.
Baru is her first name. Damn it.
Her name. I looked it up. It's in the
And it's
it's in the
Peru.
encyclopedia. The encyclopedia is not wrong. I gotta pull it back up in the encyclopedia.
Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like.
Hey, no, shut up.
Just kidding.
How you gonna stop before I get to their answer? I gotta look it back up on the encyclopedia.
If anybody knows the answer, feel free to email me.
I had it written down. I mean, I had it in my notes, but then I freaking lost it. WH.
Baru White Sun Lars.
Yeah.
That's on Wikipedia.
Okay,
Yep.
but wait a minute. Hey.
Yeah. Born Baru White Sun. Baru White Sun Lars was a human female from the planet Tatooine. She was married to
shit.
Owen Lars, the stepfather
Yeah, it
of
is.
the Jedi
Boo.
Knight.
Never mind. I was
Anakin
looking at the wrong
Skywalker.
shit. Okay, what? Now, this is crazy.
What?
Her sister's name is Dama Baru White Sun.
Oh, that's weird. They have the same
Large,
name.
younger sister, and yeah. So her sister's name is Dama. I was about to be wrong on that shit. I was looking at the wrong shit. So her little sister's name is Dama Baru.
That's kind of a
White
hot
Sun.
name, Dama. Think about that. Dama.
Yes, D-A-M-A.
I like that name. I like
Almost-
that name. That's hard.
I almost said the wrong
hot.
shit. I'm glad I didn't write down the damn thing because I would have been lying.
Dama.
Dama.
Why is that so hot to me? A hot name.
I don't know. Maybe you just got things for Damas. Maybe you like
Dama.
dominatrix.
Not
Like
really.
you like women to tie you up and beat the shit out of you and shove dildos
Yes,
in your mouth
mistress.
and shit. Maybe you like that. You like them little balls in your mouth.
No.
Like balls in your mouth strapped up.
No. But hey, if Natalie Portman wants to dom me, I'll let her do it.
I thought it was Clint says, I thought it was the thing that Boba killed before the dragon.
No, because there wasn't a
I'm
lot
pretty
of
sure it's a
those.
crate
No.
dragon.
The dragon didn't die till the last season.
Wait,
game.
crate dragons is freaking huge, ain't they?
Yeah.
Ain't that what the hell they fought? Then that big
Yeah.
worm-looking thing that
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
Boba Fett.
saying.
Like,
Did
how
you
some
get fucking
kid gonna
killed?
kill that shit at 15 years old?
I don't
Boba Fett
know.
and
Oh, Kyle.
I mean the Mandalorian.
Your
I don't know. Look that up.
encyclopedia
Let's
seems pretty
fact check
gray
that
now,
shit.
doesn't it?
Fact check that shit. What does a Tuscan child need to become part of the tribe? I can look it up real easy, especially because I was just on the damn
Tusken
thing.
Raider initiation.
All right, I'm gonna look that up. Oh shit.
Fine. Initiation. During the initiation, a young Tusken was given a bantha matching their own gender and learned to care for it. With the pair becoming extremely close as the youth are placed in its clan. When they married, their banthas also married. That's cool.
So the bantha gets some when the boy gets some, or the
Yep.
girl. Shit. What is a Tusken Raider child's trial?
Oh, I can't find it. Culture. That's good.
I don't know. Shit.
Oh yeah. At the age of 15, a Tusken became an adult, and the boys had to slay a crate dragon and cut out the precious pearl found in its stomach to gain their adult role in their tribe.
Dude, how is one Tuscan kid gonna kill a big ass crate dragon?
Bro,
is a
I don't fucking know.
Like,
Good
dude, that's
luck.
fucking impossible. That I see why they're dying off.
Damn. Flip. Anakin probably did him a favor. I killed the women and the children too. No wonder Padme was like, I would have done that too. They're gonna get killed by a dragon in 2 years anyways. Might as well make it quick and easy.
Like, dude, that's
Instead of getting fucking
I'm trying to look up what a
eaten.
crate dragon looks like. Crate dragon.
Great.
No, that's not the same thing that they. What the hell did Mandalorian and the fake Boba Fett
Those-
dude that was wearing the costume?
The one
Cloud
in
Vamp.
Mandalorian is there.
Yeah, because what a crate
Oh, that
dragon
might
shows
be-
on Wikipedia is. That,
They're
I mean, I could
different
see him killing one of those.
species. There's different species. The one in I'm assuming the one that the Tuskens have to kill is probably like a smaller species than the one Mandalorian fought.
I don't think it's the same species because this actually looks like a dragon, kind of. It's like a big lizard.
Yeah, could have Canyon Crate. They have the Greater Crate.
Like, because this is the picture that they have on Wikipedia for a crate dragon. I could see him killing that, but that giant ass worm thing that they was fighting in the Mandalorian, what was that? That wasn't a crate dragon.
It's a
then
crate
what was
dragon.
that?
It was
Was
a crate dragon.
that shit was huge.
Din Djarin even said, "You want me to kill a crate dragon?"
Okay, we gonna look that up now. What did Din and what's the other dude
That's not a
name?
Crate Dragon.
Cobb
That's not a
Cobb
Crate Dragon.
Vanth.
Yeah.
Krayt. Right?
Yeah, that's what I
That's
put.
not a Crate Dragon. Bull crap.
That's what it says right on the thing. Crate dragon, Wikipedia.
Bro, I looked up Wikipedia and it had a very different picture.
I don't know. That's what it shows right there.
Because that looks like a regular kind of thing. Looks like a lizard.
That says that they killed a crate dragon.
Yeah.
Fuck is the difference?
That thing was way different than like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That looks different than what it shows on the.
Yeah.
Okay, let's. Let's click on the thing. Great Dragon. Come on, let's get a picture here. Get off of here, stupid advertisement. Here. So that's the Crate Dragon.
Yeah.
So how the hell did they took all these people and bombs and all kind of shit? You gonna tell me some 15-year-old kid with a stick with a gaffy stick killed that thing? You full of shit. All the kids are dying. There's no way in hell.
With a stick?
Yeah, with a stick with a ball on the end of it. You gonna tell me that's impossible? There's no way in hell.
That's bullshit.
A 15-year-old kid killed one of them damn things.
Maybe like as a baby, like a smaller dragon.
Yeah, it's got to be like there's got to be like a different species that they hunt or something, or that was like an abnormally large one. Like
yeah, I don't look. These dudes got a catapult with
maybe
big
it's like
arrow
black
slinging
bears
thing, and they
brown
had
bears,
bombs and everything. They barely killed that shit. Shit, then had to fly inside of it and get eaten and blown up from the inside to survive, to kill it. There's no way in hell that no 15-year-old kid with a gaffy stick and a damn rifle takes one of those out. It's impossible. That's not going to happen.
Never know.
Yeah, that shit is. It got to be something different. They got to be talking about because if a 15-year-old kid can kill that shit, he needs to be the new chief of the tribe. That's what he needs to get all the sand pussy.
It's really the old men doing it just because they don't want competition. It's like polygamy, you know? They're marrying a bunch of the young girls. They don't want the young kids growing up, so they send them to go get killed.
Like, dude, I don't know, because they ain't killing one of those damn things, not with a gaffy stick and a rifle or whatever the hell they have. They're going to die. They're going to get eaten real quick. That thing's going to look at them like, really? You showed up with a gaffy stick and a rifle? Just go laugh at them and crunch. Done, over with. There ain't no way in hell that's happening. All right, so I guess that's for the show for today. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that, good stuff. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about the wonders at the most outrageous Star Wars show on the web, LightSaber Radio. We appreciate everybody for joining us, and we will see you guys on Wednesday to talk some Andor. Peace, and may the Force be with you.
Thank you for tuning in to LSR. If you've enjoyed the show, consider subscribing so you can be notified when new episodes are released. If you would like to be a guest on the show or just want to give us some feedback, feel free to email us. You can also reach out to us on all major social media platforms. LightSaber Radio is produced by PicFilm Media and is a Swaycast original, starring Garrison Turcotte, CJ Elliott, and Kyle McDaniel. And don't forget to join us next time for more adventures in a galaxy far, far away.